let's now try the exact same kind of singing, rhythmic speaking activity, right? Musical language activity, but with these longer expressions, right? Hacer tarea, do homework, ir de compras, go shopping, hacer porristas, cheerlead, jugar al hockey, play hockey, andar en bici, ride bikes or bike ride, okay? So I didn't write the question and answer because I'm assuming you're taking notes, right? Mr. Buslet's gonna do a note check in class. Here we go. ¿A ti te gusta hacer tarea? A mí me gusta hacer tarea. ¿A ti te gusta hacer tarea? A mí no me gusta hacer tarea. ¿A ti te gusta ir de compras? A mí me gusta ir de compras. ¿A ti te gusta ir de compras? A mí no me gusta ir de compras. ¿A ti te gusta hacer porristas? A mí me gusta hacer porristas. ¿A ti te gusta hacer porristas? A mí no me gusta hacer porristas. ¿A ti te gusta jugar al hockey? A mí me gusta jugar al hockey. ¿A ti te gusta jugar al hockey? A mí no me gusta jugar al hockey. ¿A ti te gusta andar en bici? A mí me gusta andar en bici. ¿A ti te gusta andar en bici? A mí no me gusta andar en bici. Eso. Now, you may have found it a little difficult to do that last song because the pronunciation is a little tricky. Notice this little diagram I've done here to kind of explain what we're looking for. In these four with the little tie, we kind of blend the end of gusta and the beginning of hacer. It almost sounds like one word, right? A mí no me gusta hacer tarea. A mí me gusta hacer porristas, for example, right? Whereas here, because the next sound is a consonant sound, right? There's going to be a separation. A mí no me gusta jugar al hockey, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Now we finally get to these verbos como gustar, verbs like gustar, right? These follow the exact same rules that we just went over ad nauseum and to a T, right? So you just apply the exact same stuff to these verbs, and you can share how you feel about different things in a variety of ways, right? From love to hate, right? So like, me encanta, right? I love it, okay? Or me choca, oh, I hate it, right? And look, these three, okay? Nice cognates, right? So you have fascinar, right? It's fascinating to me, right? Me fascina, or me fascinan las artes marciales. Martial arts fascinate me. Importar, right? It matters, or it is important to me. A mí me importa los derechos humanos, right? Human rights matter to me, right? Interesar, okay? Interesting, right? Or if they interest me, right? So, for example, las políticas me interesan a mí, right? Politics are interesting to me. You've seen this before, right? You know the word aburrido, right? That means something is boring, right? Well, to say something bores me, for example, esta lección de gramática me aburre. This grammar lesson bores me or is boring to me, okay? And finally, this one, parecer, right? Parecer, it means seems, right? As in, me parece bien. Seems okay to me, right? Or seems fine to me. Me parece bien. Now, for those last three, there's a couple things you have to keep in mind. First, with interesar, you have to be aware of the English thinking trap, okay? And with aburrir and parecer, right? They're not adverbs, they're ir verbs, right? So you need to use different conjugations for those. You can't say me aburra, me pareza. No, it's incorrect. First, with interesar, consider these two possibilities in English, right? I'm interested in biology, right? Or biology interests me. Which one do you think you more typically say of the two? The reality is that you think of it more like this. I'm interested in biology. Now, a little side note here. This is technically the passive voice, all right? Passive voice, right? The secret of the passive voice is that ending and then either added within or by added to it, right? I'll give you a couple examples, right? I'm interested in biology, right? Or the book was written by J.K. Rowling, right? This is the passive voice. You want to think more like this, okay? So with my other example with J.K. Rowling, right? Don't think of like the book was written by J.K. Rowling. Think more like J.K. Rowling wrote the book, right? That's the active voice. So you avoid the use of these prepositions like in or by. Okay. So again, like in Spanish, right? Like I'm interested in, right? This is Spanglish. This is not authentic Spanish. It doesn't really sound good. Estoy interesado en, no. Nah, right? A mí me interesa, or me interesa a mí. That's what we want. And finally, right, the majority of verbs like gustar are going to be adverbs. Gustar, encantar, chocar, interesar, right? So it's just always a and an for the verb conjugation. But what about aburrir and parecer? What are going to be your conjugations of choice? Not a and an, but rather e and en. And just maybe a friendly reminder for you to review these present simple conjugations with this simple. O, as, a, amos, ais, an, right? And o, es, e, emos, eis, en. Don't forget about ir verbs. O, es, e, imos, is, en, right? Like that. Make sure you know those, or else you're going to be slipping soon. I'm telling you right now. Bueno, muchas gracias por ser parte de esta lección de gramática de los verbos como gustar. Que ustedes tengan un súper buen día o una muy buena noche o buenas tardes. Gracias. Adiós.